Hi, welcome to Ken's Games Collection, and today I want to talk about why I'm not buying a Nintendo Switch OLED. Now, when this thing first dropped, I guess you could say we never saw it coming. A lot of us thought that maybe there was going to be a Switch Pro with 4K capabilities. Let's be honest, Nintendo were never going to do something like that. I've always feel like they're one and a half consoles behind everybody else, and I think with whatever they release in the future, they're going to be behind as well. It's just the way Nintendo does things. But to see the OLED come out of nowhere, I don't think it was even leaked. It was a bit of a surprise. Now I've got a PlayStation Vita, the first model with the OLED screen. It's truly beautiful to look at games on that screen. So I guess the hype of that, really, and thinking about PlayStation Vita was, I guess, one of my main motivations for pre-ordering the Nintendo Switch OLED, and also the fact that my daughter and I are fighting over the normal Switch and who gets to play it on the TV. So it was like, okay, this is a perfect opportunity to get something a little bit more updated. I guess there wasn't much to it. I think enhanced sound, more memory on it, and a few other things. The stand, which doesn't really worry me about that, but it was the hype. And this is the thing I find a lot with new releases, consoles in particular. Whenever there is a variation of a console, whether it be a God of War, Uncharted, Last of Us, I just feel like the gaming companies, Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft, we're the mice, and they just keep feeding us the cheese. Here, take this, and we take a bite of it, and next thing you know, we got a whole array of different consoles and stuff, and that's what would have happened if I got the Nintendo Switch OLED, I feel. And I guess the main reason why I didn't get this thing, I'm canceling my pre-order. It's on pre-order. I put it on pre-order when it was first announced because I fell for the hype. Now, getting so close to release, I started thinking about, $540 here in Australia. That's a lot of money for a console that's not really next gen. I paid less for the Xbox Series S than I would pay for the OLED, and that was one of the motivations for not getting this. But the main one was, how much time am I going to be playing the Nintendo Switch OLED handheld, where you're going to get the full benefits of the OLED screen? And for me, it's zero. Every time I play the Switch, it's docked. There is very few instances when I am playing the Nintendo Switch in handheld mode. I just prefer to play that thing on the big screen, enjoying the graphics on it and the gameplay on it on a big screen, opposed to playing it on the small screen. I don't look at the Nintendo Switch as a handheld console, even though you can take it out of the dock and do that. For me, it has always been about hooking up to the TV, big TV, and enjoying and being immersed in those games, because that's the best way to experience them on the big screen, immersed. And for me to get the OLED, I'm not going to get that experience with that screen in handheld mode. And that's my main motivation for canceling my pre-order at EB Games with the Nintendo Switch OLED. It just isn't viable for me to spend that kind of money on something that I would never play in handheld mode. My daughter won't play in handheld mode neither. She's too young to do that stuff, and she prefers playing her Nintendo games on the big screen like me. So that's just, I don't know. There's times when we get caught up in the hype. We really do with new releases, especially with consoles and stuff like this. And I think you need to take a step back and just really have a serious think about, do I really need this? What benefit will I get? Especially with this, with the Nintendo Switch OLED. I'm sure there's a lot of you guys out there that have pre-ordered it, but have you gone through the process like I have and just thought about it? This is how much money I'm spending. Am I going to get the full benefits of playing in handheld mode? And I think it's something that we all should be looking more closely at. It's just, we just get bombarded with so much stuff from the gaming companies, the collector's editions, the variants of all of these different consoles. End of the day, is it really worth it? Is it something that you're going to use or play? Especially with statues, they just sit there gathering dust. I am seriously thinking about getting rid of the vast majority of my collector's editions because they just sit there and gather dust. I think they would go to a better home where they've got massive displays and bigger games room. This game room just seems to be shrinking around me. But that's going on to a different topic altogether. But that's my reason for why I'm not going to get a Nintendo Switch OLED. Sure, it looks great if you're going to play that thing in handheld mode most of the time. You're going to really enjoy the OLED screen because the Vita OLED was beautiful, absolutely beautiful. But if you're going to be like me and play the damn thing docked 99%, 100% of the time, then you really are wasting your money on this thing. So yeah, just something to think about, and I just wanted to share this. So until next time, bye.